Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Evening Devotion. Um, if you guys get a chance, I just uploaded 6, 7 shorts. We just got back from the mountains, from Rocky Mountain National Forest, on a scenic loop that I had been wanting to take for a couple of trips now and never got a chance to do it. So we took this trip today and stopped and had a bison burger and an elk burger and came back because the rain started and we almost got stuck. But yeah, I've uploaded some shorts showing some of the stuff there. Just a little bit of information. Am I going to disturb you if I do this in here?
Huh?
Am I going to bother you if I film this in here?
No.
Okay. So they're up there on the shorts tab when you open up my main page there on the channel. So you can see those. Hopefully they come out good. I looked at them; they seem like they came out pretty good. And over the next few days, I'm going to be uploading pictures, and I'm going to try to pick like the best looking ones and put them up there, especially of the Stanley Hotel, because I put up a short on it and also got a few pictures of it and the mountains around it. We found an amazing spot to get pictures because you can't just stop up front. It's all village there. It's all parking, but it's reserved parking for everybody. So we found a parking garage that was free parking and got up to the top and took some great pictures of it. And if you don't know what the Stanley Hotel is, that's the hotel that was used in the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. So it is still there, and quite a sizable town has grown up around it. And they just turned into a tourist trap, that's for sure. But look out for that, and then I'll post some pictures. And YouTube only lets me post 5 at a time, so I'll post some, wait a little bit, post some. But I'm gonna try to pick out the best ones to share, to show you guys up there, because we don't get to do this very often, and every chance we do, I try to take advantage of it. And yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing, and it's very hard to breathe because the air was thin. We were getting up close to 9,000 foot of elevation. Estes Park, where the hotel is, was 7,500. So yeah, it was something. All right, tonight we're going to be reading out of Song of Solomon 7:11 and 12. Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field. Let us see if the vine flourish. So verse 11 says, Come, my beloved, let us go forth to the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early, verse 12, to the vineyards. Let us see if the vine has budded, whether the grape blossoms are open, and the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. So what's the secret code that is being spoken here? When do the grapes bloom and pomegranates bloom? What is the vineyard a reference to? So this is another reference to around about the springtime, about right now, basically. And the vine and the vineyard is where all the fruit is grown. Talking about us, the believers who bear fruit in the Lord. Let us get up early. Jesus rose early in the morning. We see that spoken of in another chapter here in Song of Solomon, because the dew was on his head. Jesus rose early in the morning. Here it talks about early in the morning. This book is code, and once you start to see these things, it's amazing, and it really starts to spill out, because then you start to read it and you start to remember, I remember where that was in the Bible. I remember that reference. Because if you take all these references and look them up in the Bible, you find amazing answers to questions. Like, what does this mean? When you realize what the reference is, you start to see there's another whole story being told here. It's an amazing story. That is the bottom of the chapter. So I think I'll just read these last 3 here. So verse 13 would be, the mandrakes give off a fragrance, and at our gates are pleasant fruits, all manner, new and old. There's a reference, I don't remember where it is, if it's New or Old Testament, but there's a reference about new and old fruit, which I have laid up for you, my beloved. And all manner of fruits also. That's pretty interesting. Plus, the all manner of fruits also relates to the tree of life, because it bears all manner of fruit. But how interesting, the new and the old fruit, which I have laid up for you. That's clearly talking about us. That's clearly talking about us. So I love this book because it's we're starting to be shown. The Lord's answering my prayer concerning this, because we're starting to be shown more and more and more of what's contained in there, and that it literally is the Lord talking and the church talking to each other. The devotion states the church was about to engage in earnest labor and desired her Lord's company in it. She does not say, I will go, but let us go. So he's relating the woman in this, the Shulamite girl, as to the church, the connection there. It is blessed working when Jesus is at our side. It is the business of God's people to be trimmers of God's vines. Let our first parents, did I say that right? Let our first parents, we are put into the garden of the Lord for usefulness. Let us therefore go forth into the field. Observe that the church, when she is in her right mind, that's an interesting statement there, because right now the majority of the church is not. When she's in her right mind, in all her many labors, desires to enjoy communion with Christ. Some imagine that they cannot serve Christ actively. That's a big problem today with people. They don't think they can serve Christ actively. I tell you, you serve him in your daily things. I had this conversation with my dad when he was still alive several times. And even at the end, when he was about to cross over, and he talked about that. I wish I'd have done more for the Lord. I said, you did way more than you realize. Way more. And when you get there and the time is right, you'll learn that. We serve him more actively than we realize, and this is in everyday things. And yet, have fellowship with him. They're mistaken. They're mistaken that they cannot serve Christ actively and yet have fellowship with him. They are mistaken. Doubtless, it is very easy to fritter away our inward life in outward exercises and come to complain with the spouse. They made me keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. So he's looking at the code in here too. But there is no reason why this should be the case except our own folly and neglect. And this is the state of the church. We've been taking care of everybody else's vineyards. We're not taking care of our own. Shulamite girl in this talks about the exact same thing. More and more, I'm fully convinced that this is about us. Certain is it that a professor may do nothing. This is a professor saying they say they're saved, but they're not. A professor may do nothing and yet grow quite as lifeless in spiritual things as those who are most busy. Mary was not praised for sitting still, but for her sitting at Jesus' feet. Even so, Christians are not to be praised for neglecting duties under the pretense of having secret fellowship with Jesus, which I've seen that. I've witnessed it. It is not sitting, but sitting at Jesus' feet, which is commendable. Well, what can we liken that to? Reading the Bible, studying the scriptures, becoming familiar with them. Do not think that activity is in itself an evil. It is a great blessing and a means of grace to us. Paul called it a grace given to him to be allowed to preach. And every form of Christian service may become a personal blessing to those engaged in it. Those who have most fellowship with Christ are not recluses or hermits who have much time to spare, but indefatigable laborers who are toiling for Jesus, and who, in their toil, have him side by side with them, so that they are workers together with God. Let us remember then, in anything we have to do for Jesus, that we can do it and should do it in close communion with him. This is how we glorify him. Now, how do you do this in close communion with Christ? Pray to him and ask him to be there. Keep his word on the forefront of your mind and your thoughts at all times. Examine yourself and see why you're doing it. Do these things for the right reasons? And I'll throw my little 2 cents worth in there. Don't overcomplicate it. Always keep in mind, even if we can't do it, he counts the desire to do it. He pays attention to the desire, to the want, even if the ability isn't there. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about that. So we should be active as Christians. What does that look like? Read the Bible. Talk to others if you can. Be a blessing to others if you can. Now, I find that I'm able to do this in my everyday life. I talked to a lot of people today. Said good morning, ask them how they're doing. That's a work in and of itself. Just kindness, just sharing kindness. Making dinner. I'm going to make dinner in a little while. We're here babysitting her animals. Even those little things like that can be done to glorify the Lord. Just what's the motivation behind us doing them? Is it love? Because Paul said, if I do all these things, give all my stuff away, to help other people, and do all these things, give my whole life to this, and even give my body to be burned. If I do all those things and don't have any love, it's worthless. Love is the key. So what you're doing, tempered with love, makes it a work that glorifies the Lord. What you're doing tempered with love makes it fruit that will survive the Bema seed. It's love that's the key. It's always been that way. And this whole book, Song of Solomon, is about that. Let's do it from the right motivation, from the right frame of mind, from the right understanding. Because if we do it any other way for any other reason, it's useless. It's wood, hay, and stubble. It is only what is done for Christ. And things done for Christ are things that are done in love. Surprisingly, it's that easy. Literally that easy. So don't think that you're not doing anything for the Lord, or you don't have the ability to do anything for the Lord. I tell you are. You know, one of the greatest ministries there is prayer warrior. You praying for others? Go for it. Our prayers are burned like incense in heaven. You're adding to the pile of incense. It is a blessing to all of us. Show others kindness. Treat them like you would treat the Lord if you met him, because they're made in his image. Even if they be mean to you, you do the best you can. Sometimes it's hard to do that, but do the best you can. There you go. See, it's funny because it's the little things that have the biggest impact. It's the little nuances and the little details that really jump out and catch people's attention, and catches the Lord's attention, because that is what he's looking at, the little things. So don't think that you're not able to do anything for the Lord. First of all, you're saved. He's going to make sure you can do stuff for him. And I tell you this, even the everyday mundane tasks done in love, done from a motivation and a driving force of love, those are things that are born fruit in Christ, because we do them in love. And it's all over the New Testament, all over it. And even some in the Old Testament. So I kid you not, you're literally doing things for him already. And you've been doing them all your Christian life. Keep doing them. Come at this from a completely different understanding of knowing that those little things that you're able to do Because a lot of people, there's a lot of things they can't do. These little things, and you do it because you love somebody and you want to do those things for them. And even if that's all you can do, that's stuff done for Christ. People teach us that that's not the case. I completely disagree, because the scriptures make it evident. It's those little tiny details that he sees the most value in, especially when they're done from a place of a loving heart. So take that love Christ has shed abroad in your heart and share it with others in any way you can. And it may not be sharing the gospel. It may be just being kind to them. It may be helping them with something. It may be whatever. Let's keep it simple. When we all get to the Bema seat, a lot of people are going to be real surprised at what passes through and what gets burned. Real surprised. Those big deals, giving big money and stuff like that, and all this stuff, helping other people and getting involved in that, those big things, a lot of those big things are going to get burned up, because they weren't really done for him, they were done for us. But those little things are going to stand out. And Christ, I'll close with this, Christ made it evident. He said, if any one of you gives one of these little ones, gives a kid, a child, a cup of cold water in the name of a disciple, just a disciple, literally the most minute kind gesture you can do, he will in no wise lose his reward. So if a cup of cold water given in love is bearing fruit, then why isn't the other stuff the same way? I'm just saying, the Bible makes it clear. It literally tells us all we have to do is read it and believe it. Just like the old commercial with that rotisserie, the countertop rotisserie. Set it and forget it. Just read it and believe it. It's literally that simple. I love you all very much. I bless you all in Jesus' name, and I'll see you in the next video.